Hey, some Time Lords and Time Todge Travis, Garrison Mini 14 here, and welcome to the Homemade Soup Project, Episode 1, Lenses. So yeah, mask and lenses, this is what it's called. So for today, I am showing you what I'm doing. I'm doing a bit of making my own lenses out of cardboard, thin cardboard board you're going to need. 2 Sharpie markers just in case that one don't work. Something like that if it's still wet. You're gonna need super glue to harden the flat cardboard. You're gonna need a pen. So I'm gonna show you how did I made my lenses to be so shiny. As you can see, the back is, well, they do fit on. They stay in place. They will stay smooth. I'm going to show, I'm using a CD stand to dry these. In case they were stuck to the CD stand, I can just pull them off and then just, if the paint was stuck to it. But, right, this is what I call paint, a coating of super glue paint. I've got a spare one right here of my lenses in case of my sister ruined one of the lenses, and I would keep a spare on me. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to show you, get that out of the way. That one's still drying a bit, but I'm going to show you, that one is already coated, so I'm going to show you how I coat my lenses. Let me take off the tripod. Get out of here, tripod. Take the tripod, and it died. So I'm going to show you what I do with my first you take your pen, black pen, and then you start scribbling all over it. Now if you're wondering, why scribble over it? Well, this is the funniest thing. If you don't scribble over it, if your pen's not working, this is the magic trick. This is why it's called. This is why it's going to help you coat. And when you coat it, well, it's going to work. Usually, if your table's too rough for the flat cardboard, use this. I know, Spider-Man. So yeah, what it is, I'm taking a Spider-Man case. I've been listening to some music, Blinded by the Light by Manfred. Sorry if I turn the camera away because I need. So let me just put that back on the tripod, and then I'll explain like a lot with me drawing on it. Seriously, controller, I ain't got time for you. All the malware pipes. Get out the way. Yeah, internal driver. Right. As I was saying, I'm using well, the pen, which is, I got a lot of ink in here. My cat Rani stepped on the super glue, so today I just went to buy more super glue. Not a lot, but Bella's downstairs, my niece. I'm going to take her to the park in a moment. But right now, sometimes if the cardboard splits like in a little bit, this is going to be the most fun part, and believe me, you'll love it. So once you're done, right now I am coating the whole thing in pen. So the Sharpie marker, while the pen will have time to dry, but you'll still have time to soak it in the pen. And then you take, if you haven't got enough of Sharpie marker, just keep on drawing. It's still wet, which is, I just got a bit on ink off me. The ink inside of it is still wet, so so I have a lot of time before it dries off, and I can soak it. The super glue will get into the thing, and what it will do, as I'll show you results. This is what it looks like. So like before, this is before and this is after. So take your Sharpie out, lid on there for good luck, because that's how the magic works, and then start coating over. Now I suppose you did see yesterday's video about what I was talking about, and it was long. I do really apologize about that. But oh, the smell. I kind of like the smell of Sharpie, but I don't want to. I feel bad. My older sister gave me this DVD, and I can't believe I'm using it the whole thing. I don't have a pad or anything. I could use paper actually to cover it. Should have done that before. But it's too late now. But don't worry, I'll just use paper to cover the whole thing. Just wrap it around. Oh, dabbed it on the thing. That was a bad idea. So yeah, what you want to do is you got to coat it. It does have a sparkly shine to it, but you want to cover all the little scribbles up so it can't show, which is the lenses will be easy to do. And one of my lenses is already drying, so it'll be drying while we're doing this. And then I'll show you what they'll look like on top, and I'll show you how to put them in. So if you did, so the cardboard I'm using is TechNet. So if you already bought a TechNet something like a fan, a big huge fan, I would say use it for the web shooters. Don't take, well, I don't know how to take off the little barcode below, in case if anything was easy. Sometimes the pen will work, your Sharpie pen, but once you coat it in, you just got to keep scribbling until everything's coated. And also it may look like well, it will start to dry up a little bit, but if it stops to dry up a bit because the ink is drying up along with the Sharpie pen ink, sometimes it does do that for me, but I just keep scribbling on it until it's done. Now I had a friend, I want to tell the story while I'm talking about this, guys. My friend in school said he was Tom Holland. I was like, you can't be Tom Holland, he has long hair. And also, that's why I'm having long hair. It can be annoying sometimes, but still. But yeah. Alright, so one piece is kind of dry. And okay, good, that's dry. And now what I do is I'm taking this as, oh, nearly dropped you guys. You okay? Yes, good. So I'm going to show you the next thing, and then we'll get into it. So let's get to it. Okay, so next you want your super glue. Unless you haven't got any, go buy some right away before coming back to the video. If you do have some, pause, then come back. And you need a tissue paper, which is, it's on the floor. So you gotta wrinkle it up like this, have a piece of this, and then you'll be able to coat. So start from here, guys, where you want your lenses, and then quickly put your lid back on, because you don't want to get glue all over your table or anything else, because and you don't want to squeeze, and you don't want to, at night, if you're doing this at night right now, if you have cats or dogs, I would suggest don't ever leave super glue out on the table, because my cat Ronnie jumped up onto my table this morning and squashed the super glue bottle and stuck the lid to the lid, and I had to go buy some, which cost a little bit of money, but it's not that bad, guys, but don't worry. So yeah, that will take a while to dry, so if you get it on your fingertips or anything, if you never heard about super glue, and this is what it looks like on tissue paper, it does, with the marker. Gross, but it will start to smell bad once you get a fresh bottle, but yeah. Although, make sure you read the warnings as well, in case if you're a kid and you want help, ask an adult for help with this. If the parents are watching this right now, please help your child with this, because they can't do it themselves and do what I do. So make sure to go back, guys, make sure you rewind backwards if you're a child right now, to show your parent what they have to do to make sure they coat the whole thing if you don't want to get super glue. Unless if you have rubber gloves and you want to put those on. I do have some somewhere, I wonder where they are. I'll be right back, hang on. Okay, I'm back. Well, on the video, you might not see, I'm putting gloves on, pink, because I could be your housewife. Just kidding. So yeah, this is what I'm doing right now. Being careful, because the glue still dries. So, if I wanted to, so yeah, the coating will work, and it does shine a lot if you have a light. So if you have a light right now, test it in the light. So move back, just have a glimpse, and it will look almost exact like paint. This is how paint works. I call it, well, what I call it is it's a super glue paint. It makes this recipe is pen ink, a Sharpie right here, and super glue. And you need that for a reason. So the super glue quickly dries. So if you were watching Ben Phillips, he does a lot of super glue pranks, and you super glue the gun to Elliot's hand, which is if you do that to someone yourself, yeah, that will happen. By the way, I do have a spare lens in case my sister did break it. I will coat that one. I got 2 of them right now, so I might draw 2. They kind of look different right now because I couldn't do the right shape, but don't worry, if I did something like this, it'd be good. So I might think about like gluing like a double layer, but actually no, because this fits in nicely into the goggles, and I will show that right away. So we're going to continue coating the lens, so I gotta be careful here. This is almost like surgery, guys, not even kidding. And I don't want to get this covered on top of the thing, even if I had to. Alright, here we go. So let's continue coating. Sorry, you won't be able to see this, but I gotta be careful because I don't want to get glue on my hands and it's hard to get out. Okay, here we go. Nice and steady, guys. And it should be going. Woohoo! My Uncle Kevin's, if he might see this video, he's checking to see if he's got some mesh tape, white mesh. You're gonna need that for the lenses. And that coating is done. Sometimes the lens will bend, but don't matter. Right, so the next one, while that's drying, I got 2 lenses. Like I got like 2 pointy ones. So once this dries, I might draw another one, and then I've got spare lenses, and then I might find a box and call it spare black lens parts, because in case my sister plays with them or does anything stupid like break them, then I can just get a box of them out. So I might do, like, if I have enough cardboard left, which is I do, which it seems pretty smart to use probably, and what I'll do is I'll cut out some bits and pieces, and then it should do. Right, so while that's drying, I might put that where the paper is, because I have a paper template. So if you take your goggles and do a template, this is a template of what it looks like. So templates are really impossible, guys. You've got to make sure you have your goggles, and you've got to make sure they go in. But with this, it's pretty important, and the reason why is you must make a template. You got to see how big your eyes, you got to see where your eyes are. So I would say wear the goggles first, look in the mirror, see where your eyes are, then I would say cut out the template, carefully put this in to see if it's big enough, so you'll be able to see, and there you go. But I don't have mesh right now, but I will get into drawing the mesh circle. But I will tell you how to make your mesh lenses, because I do, as I did yesterday in the yesterday's video, I did show this has mesh, but this is this is mesh tape, which is mesh tape is easy. Well, I'm not gonna like strip it off and put it on the lenses. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut a piece out, and there we go. And I'm also gonna try and super glue the goggles well, I have to make sure I cut out eye holes for the mask as well, so that's going to be a hard job as well, which means I have to draw on where the eyepieces are going to be, and then carefully cut them out, and then it should be done. And then the mask will be ready, and then everything's done. Then we'll get on to the next part. So yeah, while the lenses the lenses should be drying, well, one of them. Yep, so we're going to do the next one. Alright, next one it is, so I'll be right back. back, we'll continue. Then we'll start doing more of this. So BRB. Alrighty. There was a bit of issues. I nearly got stuck to the thing, but also there's a little bit of a mark on the thing. Don't know if you can see it, but I'll make that. What I'll do is I'll just flip that way, and then that's good. Just like flip it, well, that way, and then no one can see it. But yeah, don't worry. I got a pair of spare eyes for it. Just flip it that. Well, I'll just flip it that way, and then no one will be able to see. It's still gluing, and I've still got two. I've still got spares, not to worry. So I got that one, which I can draw, because I can just flip it, and then you just flip that one. That's just going to be that one. So that way, you'll be looking through there with that around and on there. So that's my spare one. I'm going to do another one for this one, and then we'll get into it. So what I'll do is I'll show you what cardboard I'm using. It's the, which as I did say, Tech is not that easy. So the TechNet one easy, and this one's got address on there, but don't worry, I'm not going to show it, because I don't want people showing up at the door saying, can we have a photo? And no, you can't get photos up at my door. Only if you recognize me in public. If you recognize me in public, guys, then you'll know. Then you can have a photo. And I dropped my... No, it's the packet. Make sure you keep the packet if you bought a new one, away from dogs and cats. So, yeah. Bring you over here right now, and then I will show you how I make the lenses on a cardboard. Alrighty, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a bunch of random lenses. I've already got like one of those, except for they're those, and that one is the similar one to this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another one of these. Sorry, another one of these. So then when I put it on, it will just be like that. But instead, I'm going to make another. But instead, I'm going to have one of these lenses. So that one will go on, the other one will go on, and then it'll be fine. And just to test it, I'm going to find, where am I going? Here, that's what dropped. Okay. So, I'll show you how it fits in, because the mesh will go in last. So if the lens gets destroyed or anything, I can just, if my sister just wrecked it by going tsh, and then just put it back in to make it funny, and I realized that something wasn't right, and I know it's her. So yeah, that's what it's going to look like, and then I'll look through. See, I'll be able to see. And my mum says, how are you going to see? Which is, it's simple. It'll be easy, because one lens will go in. So yeah. And I've already got... So I can change lenses. It looks almost like I can change expressions. So this one will fit in as well. You just got to push in. Yes, it kind of makes that noise. And then I can make like different types of lenses. So it'll be like that. And it looks like almost out of the movie. But if I coated them, if I put them all together, then there wouldn't be much of room for the well, right now I'm gonna make another one of these, so I'm gonna have to show you how I do it. So that will go in properly. So as I was saying, it will go in properly, and then once I pop them in, they'll stay in for a while, because the super glue is also waterproof as well, as I was told. Yes, it's waterproof. You can it'll be protected by water, so if I was sprayed by kids with water guns or anything, the lenses would be protected. I'm not going to put super glue on the mesh, because then that's it. The mesh will be okay, because that will be inside, and that is going to go outside the lens, and then it's going to look good. And then when the mesh comes in, the mesh will fit in the same as the one. So right, I'm gonna show you how to do it. Oh, I got glue on my pen. Ah well, it's just a pen. That's why I've got the. So right now, get your pen, get a piece of cardboard cut out of something. Hang on a second. All right. Right. So right now I am just drawing. So make sure once you've got a copy of the lens you got, hold down if you can and draw around it. So once you draw around it, make sure you're done with. Sometimes the lens won't look like the same, but once it's well, it will be quickly done. Okay, if you want to know what happened to the light, I think the guy with the wash thing is there. I'm a bit too embarrassed to say this, guys. I don't know if it's the wash guy or not, but I'd be too embarrassed if I was making a video or doing something right now for this. I don't know what's going on. I swear I heard a bucket or some noise. Like, I don't know if he's doing downstairs windows or upstairs. So, as I was saying, wow, what I'm doing here, I'm going to draw around it. Like I said, draw around what you got. And then yeah, we got it. There is our so yeah, well, once I put in once one of the lenses are done, I'll make sure to get a container, take the Sharpie marker and write spare lenses in case of emergencies like broken or broken or anything happening. So so once I cut that out, it should be ready. So we're gonna ignore that noise in the background like always, and then cut out our little friend right here. So once it's done, hey, I might probably do a photo shoot, by the way, of the full costume if I can. So we're gonna cut around. Sometimes I like to cut around it, so do as I do. Don't make a mistake like what I just did. I need to cut through the thing. You need to cut out the whole way through, and then draw on it, and then, well, this is just part 1 out of 2, so because I need to go up to the park and do stuff, so I'm gonna, so once I'm done with this, I can I'll be done with showing you what it will look like after, once I've done making these. You've got to make a lot of these, guys, because really you don't know, even if Spider-Man had something to do with this, like this, because I've seen the movie and you probably have, and even if he was battle damaged and one of his lenses broke, if it was something like this instead of it's also got a bit of pin on because I was drawing around the circle to see what it looked like. So I've got the same lens, well, not that one. That one I've got to make, which is pretty good. It's almost similar to one. It looks like I'm about to glue this on, but instead that with thin card coated in pen and Sharpie, it will be done. So yeah, when I'm done, well, I will see you in part 2, because once I'm in part 2, we'll get this done, and then that's it. So the lenses will look like this, and then they'll be on, and then it'll be done. I know one's thinner and one's like bigger, but it don't matter. So I can just thin that out with the card, with the scissors. Sometimes if I go, sometimes I can usually get the. Sometimes if the lenses are not the same, I can just like mix and match. Some of them will look like one of these lenses right here, like they'll match. See, these two match and they'll go together. And then, see, this is why I can grab and flip them. So there is already one. That's why I've got two of them. So once I flip them, one of them will have coating on and the other one will just look like that, and then done. Because look at that, they're almost the same. And that's just it, and then that will be done. So yeah, I will see you in part 2, guys. So yeah, and then we'll get on to working on the other stuff. So yeah, see you in part 2, guys. Bye bye. That's all you gotta do.